Grand Rising, loved ones. Welcome back to another episode of Healing Wisdom with me, your favorite spiritual advisor, Empress Oracle. First and foremost, let me start off by saying Happy New Year. I hope that everybody had a blessed New Year. It may not have been ideal, but guess what? You're still here. That in itself is a blessing. So today, I want to start the year off right and talk to you guys about a topic that is largely misinterpreted and misconstrued by many people, and that is loyalty. A lot of people have their loyalties placed in the wrong areas, the wrong people, places, or things, and they are wondering why it has gotten them nowhere. Nothing but heartache, heartbreak, pain, long suffering. Now it is 2021, okay? We went through our suffering. We went through the trenches already, all right? 2020 whooped everybody's ass, including mine, right? So now we have to learn. I know I learned where to properly place my loyalties. And now is the time for us all to learn where our loyalties should truly lie. Because a lot of people have their loyalties to the streets, to their neighborhoods, hell, to their fake friends that turn around and stab them in the back, or when they have an opportunity, they don't even want to bring them up or help their fellow camaraderie. Is that a word? It is today, right? So that's what we're going to talk about. First of all, a lot of people sell themselves short, like I said, to being loyal to different circumstances, the wrong circumstances, or the wrong people, or the wrong things. Alrighty, material things. A lot of times, people are loyal to these material possessions, or the attainment of certain material possessions, to where they lose focus of what really matters in life, and that's what's setting us behind as a whole human race. Okay. Society and environmental situations have people misplacing their loyalty due to a fear of perception by their peers, right? And that's the thing. A lot of times we feel as though if we're not loyal to the same things that our peers or our friends are loyal to, they're going to look at us differently. They're not going to feel the same way. But something that I have learned is that if you know who you are and if you're true to yourself and you stick to your guns and you're loyal to what you believe in and what you know is correct, a lot of times your peers, they just need that one person, that one example of somebody who is confident enough to not be one of the sheep, to be the shepherd, to be the leader. A lot of times people just don't know how to. And that's why they have their loyalty to these wrong things, like the gangs and everything else that's just killing our people. Because everybody hops on the gang wagon. Nobody wants to stand up and be, strong. And that's something that we have to learn how to fix. 9 out of 10 times, the people that you are the most loyal to, they don't feel the same way as you. Trust you me, I have learned that myself on my own numerous of times over and over again. And there's a lot of times we will, there's a saying called same shit, different toilet. A lot of times we will meet the same person over and over again in different bodies, the same personality in different bodies. And we will continue to be loyal to that type of person, that personality, and we will continue to have that cycle of getting hurt. And that's because we are not learning the lesson. The lesson really should be to thine own self be true. And I'm not saying to be a selfish bitch, but to know where to properly place your loyalties. If you see that that person, that situation is continuing to hurt you and do the same things, that is a destructive karmic cycle. They're not trying to break it. They don't care as much about you as you care about them. So it should be up to you to realize that that person does not have your best interest at heart. You're being loyal to the wrong person. And for you to be strong enough, bold enough, fuck love sometimes and just walk away, because you have your loyalties. You're feeling that way. You're loyal to that person and they don't feel the same way for you. That's why you have so many people that are in prison, wrongfully in prison, especially females, because I love him. I love him. He said he already got charges and he a 2-strike felon. So he told me take this charge, and then they're loyal to him. And while they're sitting there doing time, getting humped by Big Bertha and them every night, he's out there with his new girl. Your loyalties is in the wrong place. I'm just saying, right? People tend to try to prove their loyalty the hardest. Okay, y'all know I had to write this down because I'm coming with that good word for y'all. Okay? People tend to try to prove their loyalty the hardest to people that they feel they have to prove their loyalty to, because subconsciously they feel that those people are better than them, right? Or they look up to them in an unhealthy way where they need those people's validation, i.e., like I said, like I used the example of the gangbangers and whatnot. If you listen to a lot of these people's stories, they had nobody to really look up to. They see them living that lifestyle, the quick money. A lot of times people live in that quick lifestyle, easy come, easy go. But they don't ever really see that part. They don't see that part. All they see is the flashy lifestyle, the nice jewelry, all the hoes, the cars and everything else. And they're like, wow, I want to be like that person. They're looking up to that person instead of looking at the person who is working hard to get those things. They see the quickness and that's what they want to. So they try to prove their loyalty. And a lot of times, a lot of these seasoned criminals and stuff, they'll find these young, impressionable people and they will say, okay, if you want to be loyal to me, I need you to go kill this person. I need you to go rob this person. And then there you go, that young, impressionable person that fucked up their life already while that other person is still out there on their high horse, living large, doing good. So why is your loyalty with that person? The best way to get those things is to work for it. And I know a lot of times people don't want to work. They don't want to work for these things. They want to just have it, which is why they just go about and they pledge their loyalty to these wrong people, places, or things, thinking that, okay, I'm going to get this quick. But you have to realize it's not going to last. It is not going to last. Ask anybody who has been in that lifestyle. There's only one or two people who were in that lifestyle and they're celebrities. And even they knew that it wouldn't last. That's why they got out of that lifestyle. That's why you have to realize, at some point you really have to realize your loyalties are being misplaced. They're being misplaced. You should never have to prove yourself to anybody. You being who you are should be enough. And if somebody is not rocking with who you are, that just means that they're not for you. That's it. It's no harm, no foul. Okay? If you are yourself and you are confident in yourself and you are loyal to yourself, which means that you want the best for yourself and you continue to do good things for yourselves, the right people will be drawn to you. Trust me. If you feel as though you have to prove yourself your loyalty to somebody, that just means that they are not for you. Point blank, period. And a lot of times people try to prove their loyalty in different ways. Okay? Not just like how I was using, the gang scenario, not just like that, but a lot of times people try to prove their loyalty to people by buying them things. Money cannot buy you love. Money cannot buy you loyalty. Jewelry cannot buy you love. Jewelry cannot buy you loyalty, right? All the designer brands, material things, that cannot buy you loyalty or love, because at the end of the day, people are going to be true to themselves. They're going to be loyal to things they really want to. And if they are not healthy, if they're a toxic person, you could be the best person in the fucking world. That's not going to be enough, because that's not what they're used to and that's not what they truly want. And that's what we have to understand, especially my queens out there. And by queen, you can have a vagina or not. It does not matter. But we have to realize, ladies, we are queens and we should carry ourselves as such. Boom. To thine own self be true. First of all, that is one of my favorite expressions to say. To thine own self be true. Because at the end of the day, who else do you have besides you? When you feel like nobody else has your back, sometimes God will put you in a place where you are alone. Sometimes you will be drawn into seclusion because you need to think about what you're doing. You need to think about your actions. You need to think about the people and the things that you're surrounding yourselves with. You need to think about where your loyalty lies. And sometimes when we are not looking at those things, when we're on the inside, sometimes we'll be forced to be on the outside to get a different perspective of where our life is going and what we are doing, to truly realize to thine own self be true. And that means that your loyalty should be to yourself and being your highest self. I'm not saying to be a selfish bitch, okay? But to be your highest self, which should in turn benefit and have a positive effect on those around you. All right? You don't owe anybody anything. I'm going to say that again. I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. I see you back there raising your hand. I'm going to say it again. All right? You don't owe anything to anybody unless it's your children, your babies. Okay? And even once they turn a certain age, if you have raised them right, they should know how to handle themselves. All right? They should know how to handle themselves. They should know how to take care of themselves after a certain age. But that is the only people that you truly, truly owe your loyalty to, because you've seen people that be married for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, and then boom, all of a sudden, woman wakes up and is like, I don't want this anymore. I want a divorce. If you put all your loyalty and your everything into that person and you have nothing for yourself, then what? Then what? Misplaced loyalty is the main cause of death and imprisonment, and even in certain circumstances, poverty. All right? And just like I had mentioned it before, that's one of the main causes. Pledging your loyalty to the wrong things, the wrong people, the wrong situations. Pledging your loyalty to material things, trying to keep up with the Joneses. Because let me tell you something, I live in Atlanta. So trust and believe. I know what I'm talking about, about that right there. There are so many people that have nothing to eat, but it does not matter because they have designer everything, because they are loyal to keeping up with the look. For people who honestly probably don't even remember their names. Okay? People who would not even invite them to their weddings, their baby showers, anything that really holds sentimental value. But they're so worried about the material things, about the look, about the ideal, that they basically are willing to sell their soul. I feel like those are the people, when they say people sell their soul, they're so loyal to the wrong things that they're willing to put their everything, their heart, their soul into something that really has no true purpose, no true meaning, no true value, all right? Just for the look, just to keep up with the look, just for the clout. Loyal to the wrong things, all right? And some of the loyalty that people display nowadays can be considered idolatry. Now, I know a lot of y'all are not devout Christians and Bible thumpers or whatever, but a lot of us do, like me personally. I believe in God, spirit, source, divine. They are all the same to me. On any given day, I might use any given title. Anybody who is spiritual may not necessarily believe in God or Jehovah or Allah or whatever, but we all know that there is a higher being that is here looking out for all of us, okay? However, I was raised in a Christian household, and I know for a certain fact, growing up in the church, when we would have, the Bible stories, the Bible lessons and everything, and I went to Catholic school as well, I was taught in the biblical stories, in the biblical times, a lot of the times, people would idolize gold. They would idolize jewelry. They would idolize, people who were, considered to be prophets and X, Y, and Z, give them sacrifice and things like that. And now you can see that going on today. People are so into idolizing a lot of these so-called spiritualists, because a lot of people say that they're spiritual, but a lot of them are really, involved into the black magic and the dark arts and the things like that is not really of the light. All right? Being spiritual is being in touch with your inner sense, your inner being. All right? Being in touch with your own spirituality. Now, there are a lot of people, you see this a lot with the celebrities and the rappers as well. You see these young people going and getting these artists tattooed on them, getting their faces tattooed on them, spending their whole life savings just to go to their concerts, the X, Y, Z, which by all means, support your artists. But when it gets to the point where you are idolizing, whether it's a musician, whether it's a video game, whether it's Harry Potter, anything, that is idolatry, because a lot of times people, they get so caught up into wanting to be like that person or to live that type of lifestyle that they start to idolize them and they forget who they truly are. their loyalties go more into those things, whether they're things of the dark or of the light, and they forget who they truly are. And you cannot do that because each of us were put here on this earth for a reason. The way we are for a reason, with our own particular identity for a reason. To thine own self be true. It's okay to love something, to like something, but don't idolize it. Don't idolize money. Don't idolize the watches every time you see a celebrity come out with a new watch, X, Y, and Z. You know, you guys are idolizing these things, and that's all you think about. You worship these things. That's all you think about. Don't do that. I'm just saying, don't do that. All right. People are becoming do-boys and indentured servants to people to show their loyalty. All right. But they let their own personal priorities fall by the wayside. And this is so true. And as I just can't, no offense to the music industry, but you see that a lot in the music industry. You see these artists, they'll have the beef and they'll get their hitters to go and handle their business and stuff. And these people are willing to give up their whole life, their whole livelihoods, just to prove loyalty to these people. So then while these people are out living free, you see this a lot in the gangs as well, too. You see this a lot in the criminal lifestyle, the drug dealers. I dated a few of them, so I'm just saying. You see this a lot with the drug dealers, all the people who want to have that flashy, lavish lifestyle. The ones that watch too much Scarface growing up, too much Godfather growing up, X, Y, and Z. They have these people who, instead of being a positive influence, a positive example to them, and saying, okay, yeah, you see me living like this, but don't be like me, be better than me. They have these people idolizing them, pledging their loyalty to them, trying to prove themselves to them in the wrong way. Is that really loyalty? Is that really how you want to be? Is that really how you want to be looked at? You're proving yourself to these people in the wrong way for no reason. And as I said before, when shit get hot, they leave you alone in the dust and you have messed your life up for these people. All right. And this right here, this is my personal opinion. This is my personal opinion, this part right here that I'm going to say, and I'm going to say it because it is my mouth. I'm going to say it. All right. Whoever made up the no snitching theory that a lot of people, I can't even say just Black people, a lot of people, especially, us people of lower income, us people who have lived questionable lifestyles, people who have dibble-dabbled in criminal activities, criminal lifestyles, have done things that they're not proud of, have been on the wrong side of the tracks, all that other shit, right? Whoever made up the no snitching rule was a master manipulator. Yes, they were. They were a master manipulator that knew that a lot of minorities come from single-parent homes where they crave love and affection. So by enforcing the no snitching code, these people who don't know better, they'll willingly, take on that mastermind, master manipulator person's karma or debt or whatever. Because, as I said before, trying to prove themselves, they're willing to go and do everything, risk their lives, risk their freedom when they have so much potential. But because of their environment, because they didn't have that love, they didn't have that positive influence, they trying to please this person. And then they end up getting locked up for this person with a no snitching, right? So instead of doing what's right and speaking up for themselves to give themselves another chance at life, they sitting behind bars doing life for these master manipulators that have already lived majority of their life doing no good for themselves or for anybody else. All right. And by that, those type of people that I'm talking about are like teens, gangbangers, females with no father figures, females who have not even a good mother figure. Okay. No good parental guidance, males and females, orphans, all types of people like that. Those are the ones that the master manipulators prey on and end up taking their life, their livelihood. They end up spending the rest of their time behind bars because they were loyal to the wrong people or wrong things because They became products of their environments. So that's something that we actively need to work on to change. All right, it's 2021. We starting this new world order. We got to do things differently. We really need to know where our loyalty truly lies. Our loyalty should lie with ourselves and be in our best selves and be in our highest self. And that way we will attract good things and good people around us. And in the end, it will benefit all of us. That's what we have to understand. And that's what I would like for everybody to look into and to think about, okay? And also, too, go ahead and check me out on YouTube, Empress Oracle 333, where I have all of my videos for you guys so you can go back and refer to. If ever you're going through something, I'm pretty sure I have something out there that can help all of you. And also check out my website for my crystal jewelry. It's www.empressoracle333.com. With that being said, you guys have a wonderful day and be blessed, okay? I love you.